Beyond the essential ideas of broad access to food and housing, to quality education and healthcare, to employment that will sustain us, quality of life may also include intangibles such as job security, political stability, individual freedom and environmental quality. What social scientists do agree on is that material wealth is not the most important factor in assessing a life lived well. The results of the Quality of Life Sub-Ranking Survey reflect that sensibility. The 2021 Best Countries Rankings, formed in partnership with BAV Group and the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, are based on a study that surveyed more than 17,000 global citizens from 4 regions to assess perceptions of 78 countries on 76 different metrics. The Quality of Life subranking is based on an equally weighted average of scores from 9 country attributes that relate to quality of life in a country: affordable, a good job market, economically stable, family-friendly, income equality, politically stable, safe, well-developed public education system and well-developed public health system. The Quality of Life subranking score had a 13.88% weight in the overall Best Countries ranking. People consistently view a small group of nations as being best at providing for their citizens. For the 6th consecutive year, Canada ranks number 1 overall for providing a good quality of life. Survey respondents ranked the North American country as number 1 for having a good job market, number 2 for being politically stable and number 3 for having a well-developed public education system, a perception supported by independent research. The North American country is seen as possessing the 4th best developed public healthcare system. In fact, Canada is rated in the top 10 in all but one of the 9 attributes, affordability, where Asian countries dominate. 7 European countries are ranked in the top 10. Denmark, Sweden and Norway immediately follow Canada, with Switzerland, the Netherlands, Finland and Germany also finishing in the top 10. Australia and New Zealand also finished in the top 10 countries in quality of life. Countries perceived to provide a lower quality of life perform most poorly in areas concerning personal safety and economic opportunity. Iraq, Lebanon and Uzbekistan are at the bottom of the quality of life ranking, followed by El Salvador, Serbia and Azerbaijan. The Dominican Republic, which ranks 53rd for quality of life, finishes last for its public education system, while Colombia, 60th for quality of life, places last for safety. The United States ranks number 20, down 5 spots from last year, by survey respondents for providing a good quality of life. Even though it placed number 4 for its job market, the country placed number 51 for affordability. Canada takes up about 2/5 of the North American continent, making it the 2nd largest country in the world after Russia. The country is sparsely populated, with most of its 35.5 million residents living within 125 miles of the U.S. border. Canada's expansive wilderness to the north plays a large role in Canadian identity, as does the country's reputation of welcoming immigrants. Kingdom of Norway is the westernmost country in the Scandinavian peninsula, made up mostly of mountainous terrain. Nearly all of its population lives in the south, surrounding the capital, Oslo. Norway's coastline is made up of thousands of miles of fjords, bays and island shores. The Norwegians developed a maritime culture, and were active throughout the Viking era, establishing settlements in Iceland and Greenland. Switzerland, officially called the Swiss Federation, is a small country in Central Europe made up of 16,000 square miles of glacier-carved Alps, lakes and valleys. It's one of the world's wealthiest countries, and has been well known for centuries for its neutrality. The Commonwealth of Australia occupies the Australian continent. The country also includes some islands, most notably Tasmania. Indigenous people occupied the land for at least 40,000 years before the first British settlements of the 18th century. Situated along the fringes of Western Europe, the Netherlands is a coastal lowland freckled with windmills characteristic of its development around the water. Three major European rivers, the Rhine, Meuse and Schelde, run through neighbors Germany and Belgium into the nation's busy ports. Geography defines the history and culture of Nordic Finland, one of the most northern-reaching countries in the world. Bordered by Scandinavia, Russia, the Baltic Sea and the Gulf of Bothnia, Finland and its vast stretches of heavily forested open land acts as a northern gate between west and east. Germany, the most populous nation in the European Union, possesses one of the largest economies in the world and has seen its role in the international community grow steadily since reunification. The Central European country borders 9 nations, and its landscape varies, from the northern plains that reach to the North and Baltic Seas to the Bavarian Alps in the south. British and Polynesian influences course through picturesque New Zealand, an island nation in the Pacific Ocean southeast of Australia. Early Maori settlers ceded sovereignty to British invaders with the Treaty of Waitangi in 1840, and European settlers flooded in. Today, 70% of Kiwis, a common term for the people of New Zealand after a native flightless bird, are of European descent. A sense of pride has surged among the Maori, the country's first settlers who now account for about 14%, as homeland grievances become more openly addressed.